Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be sharing some of my embarrassing stories from middle school and high school. So the way my high school and middle school worked is that I had 7th and 8th grade in middle school, and then I had 9th grade in sort of high school, but it was kind of this like sectioned off part, like away from the rest of the high school, where we didn't have anything to do with the high school at all. We basically had all our classes, all our extracurricular activities were here in this one block away from the high school. So I'm considering the 9th grade as part of the middle school for this video. So yeah, middle school was an awkward time for me, as it is for pretty much everyone. If you don't have any embarrassing middle school stories, you are not human. Just kidding. So yeah, I'm just going to be sharing some of my embarrassing middle school videos with you today for your pleasure, and so that you can know that you're not the only one who has these horrifying life-scarring moments in your life. So we're gonna get started with the first horrible, embarrassing, awkward moment, which was when I gave my crush a love letter. So I had this friend all throughout since like about 5th grade to 8th grade. Both of our moms were very strict, although I wouldn't really call it strict. I would just call it kind of, I mean, it's pretty reasonable. Basically, both of our moms wouldn't let us date anyone until we turned, at least for me it was like 16. For her, I'm not really sure how old. But we weren't allowed to date anybody, and I didn't turn 16 until I was in 10th grade. So I wasn't allowed to date anybody until I hit 10th grade. So we both thought it was a good idea to just like basically stalk guys in middle school and find guys that we both thought were cute and just talk about them all the time. And there was this one guy in particular. His name was Nick. I don't have anything against him, so I'm just going to use his real name. His name was Nick, and we both thought he was really cute. And we both had teams, so we were on teams through middle school and 9th grade. And basically what it was is that like there was about like 100 people on each team, and there was about 7 different teams. We were on a team, let's just call it the Jaguar team, and the other guy was on this team called like the Cardinals team. And the Cardinals team was supposed to be like, I guess, the smart kids team, like the Horizons, like AP, not really AP because it was just middle school, but basically those types of kids. And we were in the Jaguars, which is kind of just like regular. So we both had this crush on this kid named Nick, and he was in the Cardinals team. And he kind of had this group of people following him all the time. And I don't know why, like literally like this posse that was following him all the time. I would see him after school, and it wasn't guys, it was like a whole entire group of girls just following him. So I'm not really sure what was up with that. He just had a lot of friend girls, or he had a lot of girlfriends. I don't really know, but whatever it was, he always had girls following him. And for some reason, he was just so attractive to everybody in the freaking 7th and 8th grade. So of course, naturally, we had a crush on him as well. And so one day we were just chilling in our choir class, and we felt that it would be a good idea to write him a love letter. Why? We got out a little notebook and a little pen, and we wrote him a love letter. And I don't remember exactly what it said. I wish I had like taken a picture, although my phone was like so crappy back then I probably couldn't even read it right now if I had it. But I'm pretty sure the gist of it was, hi. So basically we had this friend, and I'm just gonna call him Isaiah. That's his real name. I don't have anything against him either. So we're gonna call him Isaiah, and he was kind of our mutual connection between Nick and us. Like we had never even like said one word to Nick, but he knew Nick, and they were kind of sort of friends. So he was kind of like our mutual friend. And so we were like, hi, this is Susie. That's not her real name, but I didn't really want to use her real name. So we were like,
hi, this is Susie. Hi, this is Makayla, and we were just writing you this letter to tell you that we think you're really cute. We have this mutual friend, I'm sure you know, his name is Isaiah, and yeah, he's gonna give you this letter. And so like, just tell us, you know, if you think we're cute too. We think you're nice, and we want to get to know you.
Something like, I don't even know. So I'm pretty sure she was the one who wrote the letter. So she writes the letter, and then I guess after school, we would all just hang out for a good like 30 minutes to an hour because all our parents had work and they weren't able to pick us up until afterwards. So basically I had to wait until my mom picked me up at like an hour after school. So we had this hour after school to give this letter to him, which we also knew that he would be hanging out after school for whatever reason, I don't know. So we were like, okay, we'll give him this letter after school. We get out of choir class, we walked outside, we see our friend Isaiah, and we're like, hi Isaiah, we have a note to give you. And he was like, what is this? And we were like, yeah, so you know your friend Nick, like, can you give him this letter for us? And he was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then we were like, okay, great, thanks. So now it was up to us to give us the note ourselves. So we finally spot Nick, and he's once again with his posse of little girls following him around. Not little girls, girls our own age, and following him around. So we're like, okay, we don't really want to give this note to him right now. So we waited out a little bit, plus we were kind of nervous and like wondering if we really want to go through with it. And we were like, I'm not doing this. So we both decided we weren't going to give him the letter, but then Isaiah's like, you know what, I'm sick of you girls doing this, so just give me the letter and I'll give it to him. He gives it to him, and we're both just sitting there in shock, watching as he walks away to give the note to Nick. And of course, with my luck, like 2 minutes later, Susie's ride comes to pick her up. And so I'm the only one here now. And I'm like, okay, bye Susie, thanks, bye. So now it's just me, Isaiah, and Nick. And Nick is like all the way over there. Isaiah's like at the benches where we wait to pick up, where we wait for our parents to pick us up. And at this point, I am completely in hiding. I went like inside this little crevice where the middle school is. Let's say this is like the wall. There's like this little crevice right here where like nobody can see where you're at. So I go over there to hide. And then eventually Isaiah as well gets picked up, and I'm the last one to get picked up. Nick is still there, and I see him walking towards me.
Walking towards me. Walking towards me.
I see him walking towards me. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. Like I clearly, the note is in his hand. He's about to approach me. He knows who I am because he saw us giggling when he gave him the note and staring at him like freaks. So he knew who I was, and he's about to approach me. So I pull out my phone and I start to dial my mom. And I'm like,
Okay, Mom, like, are you gonna show up anytime soon? Because I'm trying not to die today. That would be great if I could not die today.
so like as I'm dialing her, she's like not picking up. And so I'm like, okay, this is great. He's like 2 feet away from me at this point. And so I have to pretend like I'm on the phone with her because she was yet to pick up, and I'm pretty sure it went to voicemail at that point. And so I had to pretend that I was on the phone with her. And so I was like, hey Mom, yeah, where you at? Oh, you're almost here, okay, great.
He walks up to me with the letter.
I'm still pretending to be on this phone at this point. I'm not giving up the act. He's like, he starts to say something. He looks at me and he's like,
oh, this is really nice, but I have a good...
And like before I can even let him finish the sentence, I'm like, oh, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. Yeah, I'm on the phone. So yeah, I'm pretty sure what he was going to say is that he had a girlfriend, obviously. So yeah, that was what happened. Later on, I think about 2 years later, when I was finally allowed to have a Facebook, I added him as a friend on Facebook, and I don't know why, but I did, and we never talked or anything. And that's basically where it ended up. So embarrassing, oh my god. So yeah, that was the wonderful story of when I gave my crush a love letter. So this next story takes place in the school as well, and it is the story of when I got locked in the bathroom and my crush was standing right outside. So this is a different crush. We'll just name him Jimmy. So Jimmy was in my math class, and I had a big crush on him. At this point in my life, I was like really into like emo looking kids, and I don't know why, like not emo looking, but like people that like tried to be emo even though they weren't like at all. So I like this kid named Jimmy, and he had this kind of like Justin Bieber cut going on, but he was also rocking the emo look, and I was totally feeling it. So what happened was, for some reason the adults didn't trust us to go to the bathrooms by ourselves. I guess it's just too dangerous to walk to the bathroom by yourself in middle school. I don't really know. But every time before we go to lunch, they would like walk us single file to the bathrooms. And so I was just waiting in line with the rest of the folks, just chilling. Cause I was like, I kind of had to go to the bathroom, but I was like, for some reason I waited too long. And for some reason I just didn't feel like going to the bathroom at that point. I'm not really sure why. But at the last minute, I decide to go to the bathroom. So I walk in. I think at this point the teacher was like somewhere like in a stall, or she wasn't really paying attention. So she didn't know where I was. And then after everybody's done going to the bathroom, they lock up the bathroom. Like what? Like what was going on in this middle school that they felt like they needed to lock the bathrooms? Like, okay. So yeah, I was in the bathroom doing my thing, doing my business, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, what was that? And so I walk out, I wash my hands, and then I go to open the door, and it doesn't open. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do at this point. Apparently the teacher had locked the door. That's what the kirk was. So at this point I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. I'm like, I'm gonna die in this bathroom. Like, what's going on? So I'm basically like rattling the door. Like, hello, I'm still in here. Can somebody let me out, please? And then finally the teacher opens the door, and the whole entire line of kids are just staring at me like, and I'm like, yeah, I got locked in the bathroom. That was great. It was totally great. And my crush was walking right past, like, he just got out of the bathroom too, and he just like stopped and he was like, and I was so dead. I was so embarrassed. Like, I wanted to just not even go back after that. It was horrible. And to top it all off, every time we went to the bathroom, every day, every single day, somebody had to crack a joke about how I got locked in the bathroom. And I'm like, can we please let this go? Like, that was like a month ago. Can we let it go now? Thank you. So yeah, that was horrible. Here's another story for you. So when you go to the next level in education, they have like a going away party, dance, or celebration or something like that. I remember they had one in 6th grade too. They had one in 8th grade, and then they also had one in 9th grade because, like I mentioned, 9th grade was separated from the rest of the high school years. So we had a 9th grade going away party, and I had bought this really pretty dress from this shop that everybody got their dresses from. I'm actually surprised that nobody else came in the same dress as me. It was like, watch, I can insert a picture here. It was like blue and green, whatever. Blue and green. Nothing red on it whatsoever. So I'm at this dance, and they have chairs and like little tables where you can like get a cupcake and just sit there and chill for a second and take a break from the dance. So me and my friends go to get some cupcakes, and we sit down at a table to eat, and with my luck, I got the chair that had red punch in it. There was red punch covering the seat. And because the chair was already purple, I guess I didn't see the red punch, or I was just completely an idiot back then, and I probably could have seen it if I had really looked down, but I didn't. So I sat down with my blue and green dress in this whole puddle of red punch. When I stood up, they were like, oh, Makayla, what's on your dress? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And they're like, there's this red stain on your dress. And I was like, that's great. I wasn't on my period or anything like that, and it didn't really look that type of like texture. I know it's like really gross, but it didn't really look like that type of texture where it would be like blood or anything like that. So at least it wasn't like that. But it was kind of like red, and it was kind of like from like with the lights in the dark, you couldn't really see the red part. You could just see that it was wet. Great, now everybody thinks that I wet my pants. So I went to the bathroom and basically tried to clean it up the best that I could, but I couldn't. And now on top of having red dye type like liquid on my dress, I also had like little white like tissue, like you know that cheap tissue, any type of like tissue paper will kind of leave a mark if you like try to scrub something off with tissue. So I had all these little white marks from the tissue residue, and it just looked a hot freaking mess. I was ready to leave at that point, but of course my mom was not picking me up for another 2 hours, so I had to set it out for the rest of the night. So yeah, that was horrible. Oh my. Okay, I remember this next one. This was horrible. So there was this one kid. I'm not gonna name his name. Let's just call him Bob. He was this kid, and he just loved to pick a fight with me. I don't know why, but every chance he got, he was saying some stupid crap. Like he was just saying the stupidest crap to me, and for no reason. Like borderline bullying, but more like just kind of like cracking jokes. I'm not really sure really what it was. I remember one time, this was in 9th grade, and I had a regular sized book bag like this. It was about a book bag this size, okay? Nothing spectacular whatsoever. And I was walking like these big like 3 double doors or whatever to like leave school when school was over with. So I'm just walking my normal pace, you know, because like, where are you trying to go? You know, like the buses are not going to leave for another 30 minutes. So I'm just walking, you know, I don't even think I was walking slow whatsoever. I'm a pretty fast walker, usually. So I was just walking my normal pace, and this guy decides to say,
Wow, look at this girl walking like a turd with her big ass duffel bag.
Hey guys, so I just was watching back my footage and realized that some of the part got cut off, so I'm gonna try to explain to you really quick what it was. So basically this guy had this Dora the Explorer about yay high, this much depth book bag, and it was clearly one of those book bags that you buy for like your little kid just about to start kindergarten type book bag, right? Yeah, that's the kind of book bag that he had. That's the part that got cut out. So now we can go back to the story. I'm back. Sorry, my camera is acting really weird. Hope I have enough space for this one. I'm going to tell this one really quick. So basically, yeah, this guy had the Dora the Explorer backpack, and I'm like, okay, this is what you call a normal book bag that you wear when you go to high school, okay? Because our books are about this big, this tall. There's no way that you can actually be a straight A student or any kind of decent student with that type of book bag. Like, you have to bring your books home to do homework. That's how it was when I was in high school. So I'm like, okay boy, please go excuse yourself, because you obviously are not here for the right reasons, and you're just sitting here like judging me for no good reason. So yeah, that was the type of guy that he was, and so that sets it up for this story that happened in 8th grade. And I was sitting in history class, and I remember I was sick, and I was sneezing a lot, coughing a lot, whatever, the whole shebang. And all of a sudden, I had this urge to sneeze, right? So I'm like, well, there's no reason for me to hold it in. So I go ahead and sneeze, dab, and my body just decides to embarrass me. And you know, it's one of those things where like you sneeze and at the same time something down there also comes out. Yeah, that's what happened. So I farted. Yeah, I did. And I sneezed and farted at the same time. And this guy made a whole deal of it. Like, everybody else was just kind of like, okay, yeah, like, I know she did it, but like, let's just like leave it alone, because I'm sure she doesn't need to feel even more embarrassment than she already did. Like, everybody was just completely willing to let it go except for this guy. He was like, like he like literally like moved his desk and chair back. I'm pretty sure he like was like 2 seats behind me. He takes the time to move his desk and chair like completely as far away from me as possible. And he was like, man, and I was like, are you kidding? Like, wow. Luckily, no Jimmys were in this class, no Nicks were in this class, who wasn't on my team anyway, but nobody, I don't think anybody that I had a crush on was in this class, but I mean, it's still really embarrassing. So yeah, those are my fun little embarrassing stories for today. Hope you enjoyed them. I know if you're in middle school or if you're in high school, it's a really horrible time. Like, okay, maybe it's not, I shouldn't even say that. But you know, for some people, I'm sure for some people it's great. For me and for a lot of other people, especially in middle school, it's a really awkward time. And I know it feels like, wow, I'm never gonna get out of this, but trust me, you will. Like, it's not even gonna be an issue. Like, as soon as you get out of high school, it's done. Like, you don't have to talk to those people ever again. But yeah, it's just a few little fun stories for you, so you could just realize, you know, everybody goes through this stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and also I have a really horrible track record with love letters. I also gave one away when I was in elementary school, and I'm not talking 6th grade. I literally gave this out when I was like in, not preschool, I was in kindergarten, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was in kindergarten. So actually I didn't give it away because my mom got to it before I could, and let's just say there were some pretty inappropriate, not even safe for work things in this letter. So if you want to hear that story, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you'd like to hear that story, because I have a whole bunch of embarrassing elementary school stories as well. So if you want to hear those, I could probably make another video about that too. And also, if you liked what you heard and you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. Today I have two special guests with me, Sabrina and Zach, my siblings.
Looking to say your pets.
Yeah.